You think?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
That's all right. All right, the mics are muted how they're supposed to be. We're going to try and start the stream. I have a whole bunch of shit over here. Let's just fire it up. We're going to go live. All right, Facebook should be going live. I will check that, do the refresh, and then we'll check the YouTubes, and then we'll roar our intro. If it works. It may not work. It's always,
I hope it does. It just said we're live on Facebook.
Oh, it is, but it's like getting an audience. Yeah, Facebook's already there. Like it's there.
Yeah.
How do you unmute?
How do I unmute?
Oh, we're not unmuted yet. Okay. Let me unmute the mics. Now we'll be unmuted on Facebook. That was the problem last time. It was
Yeah.
not unmuted. It's something I had to remember to do. I'll have to change the shortcut so when I hit that particular button. All right, so you ready? We're doing this live intro. Allegedly. And while that's rolling, the stream can't hear us. People, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
No real direction.
Not yet. I'm at least alive and made it after postponing this for 4 days now.
Oh, yeah. I got to put back the audio monitor. Anyhow, as I do at the beginning of every show, we're going to do the shilling aspect of this. Antisocialexperience.com, the website. Check it out. That's the main home on the internet. I don't get much time to work on it, but someday it'll be completed, hopefully. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Antisocial Experience on Facebook. You can check out the live streams there. You can also check out the audio episode of the show as well there. It's kind of, everything's there. It gets a little convoluted looking, but depending who you are, what you follow, if you're doing the audio, it should link you out to the website for the audio version of the show. And then the YouTube channel, which I'm going to take a moment to refresh to see if we actually went live to that one. We may or may not have.
That worked last time, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Funny enough. We'll watch the refresh there. See the chat come up. Of course, it may never come up, and it's gonna crash out. Or wait, yeah. What did it say earlier? Can't recover the web page.
Yeah. No recovery option.
So, not big on political stuff. Clearly, I'm not.
No,
You
nor,
into
nor am I.
Are you into the politics world?
No, I've never
not at all?
voted. I don't follow it. I'm pretty much.
It's not your thing.
No, I don't know how to put it. Like, and I'm not ignorant about it. I don't try to talk about it with anybody or anything. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I know that it's.
yeah, I don't know. I try to keep myself in my own little bubble, if that makes any sense. Like, if it's not directing me, like, if it's not affecting me directly, it's kind of just like, you know what I mean? And which I know, like, politics and does affect me down the line directly. But if, he's not knocking on my door and tapping me on the shoulder and telling me to do something, I'm really not going to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, it's not my wheelhouse. Not like, never no interest. Not at any point in life. But I did hear. So I forget who said. Oh, Trump was acquitted.
Yeah, yeah,
of
I
being
did hear that. My phone told me that.
Right. And I think my mom's the one that told me that. And I was like, if the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
Wrong case,
Yeah.
wrong person,
Right,
but
right.
relatable, right? Totally relatable.
Totally. But the other thing is like I got to reading a little bit about how like now we have to pay for all the like taxpayers have to pay for all this trial and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since it didn't happen with him, the costs get laid back on
Yeah,
us.
apparently so. Which I mean, I guess that does affect me directly, which kind of blows. But like I said, I don't know, man.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and I'm not one of those ones. The politics to me is picking between the lesser of two evils, and I'm not about to pick the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah, and I
Seems
just
that
I
way.
can't bring myself to do that. So I'd
But-
rather just not.
Do you think, though, with a reality TV star that also happens to be rich, winning the presidency, winning the election,
Yeah.
and becoming president, do you think that opens the doors? And you've heard anybody who has an online show, probably if they covered Trump or anything and talked about future presidents, Oprah, Kanye.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think that opens the doors to other people getting in there that are not necessarily politicians?
I think it does. I think Ronald Reagan did that before even Trump per se.
He was an actor, right?
Right. Correct. So I think he was more or less the one that even opened that door to begin with.
Not that I know anything about Reagan being an actor, right?
Right.
But I heard it in a Back to the Future movie when Marty's talking about him. Doc's like, the actor?
Yeah. Because he'd have to become president. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I didn't know he was an actor.
Yeah. Apparently a decent one too. I from what I gather, like I've never looked a whole lot into it. I do know Reagan caused us a lot of problems. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, after his presidency ended or whatever.
The aftermath.
Yeah, there was a lot of aftermath to what he did, even though a lot of people, in their minds, a lot of people think he was the greatest president ever, which,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're the one and the same or even alike, but Charles Manson has a lot of fans too.
Yeah, no, and that's, yeah, same difference, you know what I mean? It's just.
Was he, speaking of Manson, was he guilty of anything other than talking other people into doing stuff? Did he actually commit any crimes ever?
I don't think
Other
that
than
he was,
being extremely
I don't
nuts.
think he was ever charged with like a murder himself, you know what I
Right.
mean? No, I don't
Ooh,
believe he ever was.
wild. I can't imagine that time back then. I'm glad, not saying I'm glad I wasn't alive, but to live back then or live now, I think I would pick now
Yeah.
over then, just because of
Yeah.
the tech and everything. That seems.
Yeah.
So Trump impeached or acquitted. Not
yeah.
impeached, acquitted. So the impeachment process was started.
Right.
I threw this out there before. If you want to know how the impeachment process works, what goes on, what it means, terms, if you want to actually find out about it and have it explained in layman's terms that you can understand, go on YouTube, find a channel called In Time, and they have a very thorough video on impeachment and what it means, what goes on, how it what has to happen, what did happen.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
they have a few videos covering it, but I know one for sure in depth. Check out that channel. So he's acquitted of it. Nothing going on. They couldn't show any evidence. And is this fact or rumor that after it was all said and done, he fired anybody that did testify? Is that fact or is that just people talking?
I don't know. I knew there was a lot of people fired. I don't know,
Right.
but I heard something to where they like it was like maybe a 49-51 vote to where they weren't allowed to present evidence or something.
Right.
Yeah, there was some sort of thing about that.
We're having a trial.
Yeah, but you can't use any evidence.
Your evidence is no good.
Yeah. The evidence it's no good here.
We're not going to look at it.
Yeah, that evidence means nothing.
Anybody that's in trouble when it's their day in court only hopes that they would say your evidence is no good here.
Oh my God!
To the prosecution,
that doesn't happen to anybody else.
Hell
dude.
no.
Oh my God!
Now, would that happen with another president, or do you think the reality TV stuff. What was his show? The Apprentice?
The Apprentice, yes.
That's where he fired people?
Yep.
Do you think that has any, like him
And
being
WWF,
popular?
too, don't forget.
Oh, he owns WWF?
No, he doesn't own it, but he's just involved a lot. WrestleMania 5 and 6, which little WrestleMania history for you, it was the only time it was ever at the same place. And it was back to back at Trump Plaza.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Or maybe it was 4 and 5. It was one or the other. It was either
And
5
how
and
many
6.
are we up to now?
Oh, God, we're in the 30s, 40s.
Is it yearly like the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually every March or April.
So he's done. Now, because that happened, he can run for president again, correct?
Yep.
Get ready for it because he's going to win.
Oh, there's, and I don't know, like a lot of my friends are, big Bernie Sanders guys and
Right.
whatnot, and
Is Bernie going to run again?
apparently so, yeah. Apparently he's
Awesome
winning.
if he does.
Yeah.
You know what I think helped him, honestly? And I'm not saying there's never been a politician or a senator or anybody that was in office. I gotta get a mute button for him. But never.
Sorry about that.
That's cool. Never. Not saying there was never anybody on Rogan's show.
Right.
But I know. I can't remember the name. There was the senator, whoever from Hawaii, and there was somebody else from L.A. that was a politically involved person. But when Bernie came on, and granted, they talked a lot about healthcare and solving that problem.
Right. I mean, that's Bernie's big thing too, what
Right.
I mean?
But him going on Rogan and being on a show where it wasn't somebody asked you a 2-minute question, you have 45 seconds to respond and sum up how to fix healthcare in 45 seconds. Him actually being in an in-depth conversation, I think that could have helped his case for when he does run again. And anybody else, like politically, that went on there, it seemed like it kind of helped them in their career. Winning the presidency, no. But it just seems the old way that they do that with the debates and that, and somebody asks a question, you have seconds to respond to a question that can't be summed up in years of answering it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a lot more stuff is going to this method, talking head, in-depth conversation, diving deep into the topic with the person involved. And I don't necessarily think that the whole world wants that, because I still know the diehard come home from work, turn on the evening news type people. That's that. Read the paper. We'll take this spin of the news and forget these other sources.
Right.
I know people that still do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. I just think to compare that method, the evening news and the paper, whatever paper or whatever news channel you happen to watch, compared to having, we'll say Bernie, go on Rogan, go on any other show and talk in depth with the host of that show. I think I prefer the later, like the in-depth talking head type content.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because writers can spin stuff. If you hear it directly coming from their mouth, you get exactly what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like,
if you got the horse's mouth talking, you're like, yo, what's up, Mr. Ed?
That's what I mean. Otherwise, you got things being taken out of context. You know what I mean? Things being taken out of context and stuff like that. Like,
even still, look how much shit happens with people saying something and then a different generation spins it like, in an uproar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at even, I think we talked about this before, is like how the Disney stuff, like.
What about it?
Like the older, like Songs of the South and stuff like that, how people are still, you know what I mean? They bring it back up to bring it in an uproar now. You know what I mean? Like, why? It's over. It's done with. It was a different time period. Let it
was.
Be. Let it be.
Yeah.
It
was definitely a different time period. That was written in a different time.
Yeah. It's not something to fight about now because it doesn't exist in this time, really. You know what I mean?
Sure, it is. It exists. People know about it. Wipe it from existence.
Right. But it doesn't, it's not, it's not within this time. Like, it wasn't written in this world. You know?
No.
It was a whole different place.
Which, if you think about it, and I'm not saying it was politically incorrect, but stuff that was written in our time, like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
That was a great cartoon.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to say that was for kids one bit.
No, it wasn't.
No.
I remember watching it because I don't know, when Ren and Stimpy came out, I was kind of, on the verge of, you know what I mean? I was growing up. So
Right.
like I was on the verge of still doing the kid thing, but yet getting more into the adult thing. But I remember watching
And
it being
Beavis
like,
and Butthead.
yeah. Oh, huge Beavis and Butthead guy. But
And
I was watching, I just remember Ren and Stimpy being like, man, I don't, like, how's this on Nickelodeon? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, how
Oh,
is
yeah.
this on Nickelodeon? Like, there's some bad shit on here.
yeah. And the trend continues today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you have Netflix access?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I encourage you to watch now. It's a great show. It's entertaining for kids. It's called Larva.
No, I've not watched that one.
It's literally about like these two worms that live in the city, like a silkworm and maybe some other type of bug or worm.
Okay.
But they're animated. They don't really talk. They make noises with each other. They, kind of follow each other's body cues to know what the other one wants to do. But there is some crazy stuff that happens on that show.
Is it like a Netflix kids show?
It shows up on Netflix Kids.
It does? Okay. Well, the only thing I get right now on Netflix Kid is PJ Masks, The Octonauts, and Morphle. That's the three that we watch now.
Well, just sometimes sit down, get on Netflix, and check out Larva.
I will, man. I'll definitely look into it.
And just watch some of the humor. I don't know what style of animation it is,
Right.
but I just remember walking out, my daughter's watching it when I'm like, what's this? And she told me, I'm like, oh, okay. So I stood there and watched, and I, like, after a couple minutes, and it's like 2 to 5 minute episodes and multiple episodes per, like, show.
Yeah.
Or multiple scenes per show.
Yeah, like segments almost or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember watching it. I watched till like where it was flipping from that show, that episode to a new one. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that was interesting. But I wanted to be like, should you be watching this? Just because of some of the stuff that went on. But it's like, does she understand it? Not the same way I do.
Right.
They did it tastefully, did it entertaining, but it's that same level of Ren and Stimpiness that but in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever makes that show, they're geniuses.
Yeah. Yeah, they absolutely.
That they can get it out there. But yeah, that's in today's world.
Right. Not in
Come on. You people that grab your keyboards and want to be warriors or do it out in the real world. Who's going to be mad in 20 years?
Yeah, right.
You're probably in like first grade now, but 20 years you're going to be raging about Larva.
Yeah.
A show that my kid loved.
Yeah. Or PJ Masks. Raging.
Yeah, I've heard a couple other people say it different ways. Okay. And some of the stuff that people do get behind and support, it's like, okay, I can understand that, why you might get angry about that and why you're trying to support it, do away with it. That's cool. But it's like, okay, you're going to do that. Well, if you don't support, or if you don't, you know what I mean? If you're not for it, you're an asshole. But you can't be for everything, so you're still an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't have time. I don't have time in life to get mad about cartoons that.
Nah, dude, I do not have time to nitpick about shit like that. Like that
right.
is...
Or, just let's see what blunders we can remember. And I know we've covered a bunch on this show and the history of it, but just some of the dumb things that have come up. Like there's some people, and whether you agree with him or not, the dude has found a way to take his personality, his knowledge, and get out there and talk to people. Jordan Peterson, he's a controversial character.
Yeah.
The Nazi dog thing, that dude got convicted. I think he actually went to jail, paid a fine to stay out of jail or get out. I don't know. Do you remember that?
I don't.
As a prank.
Okay.
A guy got sick of hearing his girlfriend say how cute her dog was.
Okay.
So as a prank, he taught the dog to do the Sig Hail.
Okay.
It was a pug.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and recorded it, uploaded a video, and I think he got charged with some type of hate crime in Ireland.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Or England, something. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because his dog did it?
Because he made the video of the dog, him training the dog to do, like conditioning the dog to do this as a prank on his girlfriend. And
fucking A, man. You really get, like, I don't know. And this is what I don't get is people getting caught nowadays doing shit. A lot of people, like, I even have a friend now who, like, her kid got caught doing stuff. Do you know he got caught? is by taking pictures of himself and videos of himself doing the fucking shit
Yeah.
on their phones. Why?
Yeah.
Why are you fucking incriminating yourself? Like, I don't understand, like, especially this younger generation. Like, what the fuck are you thinking by, oh my God, let's just give them more evidence?
Well, we covered, same situation. We covered something a while back, not too long ago, but it was, and I got the story wrong. I think the person that had released the video didn't upload it. One of the people in the video wasn't the uploader. Somebody else got a hold of the video and uploaded it because he had wanted something done about it. But it was the two kids up Brookville way that were kicking a down deer.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like how?
So why are you going to record that?
Right.
And then
right.
to record some stuff like not that, but similar stuff and upload it to Facebook or Instagram or YouTube to get what? Likes and clicks?
Yeah.
Was it worth? I mean, whether you believe it or not, doing that shit hurts you as a person.
Yeah, and like you know, and like putting bad content out there and like doing stupid shit like that, it can hurt you.
I don't know about that. All my content's bad.
Well, no, like serious bad content. I mean, like you're not sitting here smoking 10 fucking bongs on the camera here. You know what I'm saying? Like that potentially could hurt you getting a job in the future.
Pass me that bong.
Well, yeah, it's not stuffed yet. All right. You got to give me a goddamn second here.
No, that's fake people.
Yeah, that's not real. All right. For real, not real. But I mean, I do smoke, but not here. Anyway, but
oh my!
What I'm getting at is just like you can totally incriminate yourself. And like, for instance, we were going to hire this guy up at where I work this one time. Okay,
right.
So we get his name, we get his application, and you know, like anybody else, you search around a little bit, you know, to see what's up. These fucking videos pop up, dude, where he thinks he's a rapper, and you know he's smoking blunts in his homemade videos, and this and that, and it's just like, dude, we are not fucking hiring this guy. And my cousin, who's like pretty much the head chef up there, he looks at me and he's like, and this is why you don't fucking do dumb shit. Record it and put it on the internet,
right?
And it's true. And like, it's one thing to sit here and talk, okay? Like I said,
well, the same can be said about that because whether we like it, believe it or not, there's people that just because they don't agree with what we're saying, they're saying, oh, yeah, look at these dickheads recording something, uploading it to the internet.
Yeah.
And it holds true, but it's in a different fashion. We're trying to have an in-depth conversation. We're not doing something obviously stupid just to record it.
Right. Yeah, no, we're here with some sort of purpose. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully.
Well, we think so anyway, right?
Man, them dickheads last week, man. God, I'm glad we got them out of here.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got rid of those fuckers. Jesus.
Wait, wasn't that us?
No, that guy didn't have glasses. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need the ones with the nose.
I was thinking about getting a fake mustache to start wearing.
Why don't you just grow one?
No, I mean, no, because that's easy to do. But I mean, the ridiculous level with the fake one.
I got a funny ass mustache story if you want to hear it real quick. My friend and I, we traveled the punk rock scene, like mostly East Coast.
Right.
But neither of us at the time had lived in Pittsburgh. Okay, we had been. My friend at the time had a handlebar mustache, dude. And I mean, this son of a bitch curly cued like out to
Waxing it and
I'm
stuff?
talking out to here.
Did he wax it?
He waxed it.
Oh, I couldn't
Dude,
do it.
we were known, especially him, in Pittsburgh because of his mustache. We'd be walking down the street, like just show up to go to a show one night, and people are flagging us down, yelling, "Mustache guy," blah, blah, blah. And we're like, what the? He was semi-famous in a city that he didn't even live in because of his mustache. It was pretty impressive.
I don't think I could do one of those. It seems like too much maintenance to get the handlebar thing going.
Dude, and mustaches are such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But I don't know. We got a comment. I'm trying to send it. Ren and Stimpy was the bomb. We 100% agree.
Yeah.
I guess I should have replied to that, but I put it out there.
Yeah. No, Ren and Stimpy was the bomb. Make no mistake.
Yeah. There were a lot of good shows. I miss some of them. Wish they were still on. And other people do outrageous. And this goes to say, because you never know what stupid thing or what quirky or what smart ass thing somebody's going to record and do and upload that's going to go viral and buy that person their 15 minutes of fame. And if they want to take take that 15 minutes and run with it and develop it into something else, you never know what it is.
No.
And I gave you a little history kind of with some of the topics with the bagel guy.
Yeah.
So to run over it quickly, anybody that hasn't seen past episodes, a guy,
A small guy.
short guy got angry. Obviously, he's been on dating sites. He's talking about that, talking about how women laugh at him, this, that, da, da, da. Throws a fit up in, I think, Staten Island or Long Island in New York.
Yeah, I think they said Staten Island.
Throwing his bagels around.
Yeah, he was more than throwing a bagel. But now, I did want to ask you this when we were watching the video.
Right.
Was that a guy or a chick that tackled him at the end? Was it a guy?
That was a guy.
It was a guy?
The guy
Okay.
Because when the girl was laughing, he's like, shut up, shut your mouth. And then he tells the other guy, walks up and like chest bumps him, like, I ain't afraid of you. And then he's like, shut the F up to the other guy. The other guy's like 3 times his size.
Yeah.
The 3 times his size is the guy that tackled him.
him. But 3 times the size is like 9.5
Right.
inches.
Yeah, anyhow, but that guy's story got worse because it got better but got worse. There was an alleged fight between him and another viral celebrity. Okay, so more of his history. And then him and Lenny Dykstra signed a deal.
Yeah, you were saying about
Right.
that. The former Philadelphia
For
Philly.
a boxing match.
Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra backed out of the boxing match after collecting the money, taking the check and cashing it. Because he backed out of the boxing match because he was in an ongoing legal battle. So he probably needed that check for the boxing match to pay his lawyers.
Right.
I don't know. Speculation on my part. Okay, so after that, after the fight, so it looks like this Bagel Boss guy's career is on the rise. He was going to get a reality TV series was being planned and written, and he had signed on, I think, to do a reality TV show, and he had a stroke. So he's currently doing rehabilitation, trying to get back to being a human. But I don't think the angry little short guy, you know what I mean? The guy always trying to prove himself. I don't think that's the role for him if he's recovering from a stroke anymore. I don't think once he gets his blood pressure up like that.
Right.
Just saying. Like,
no.
And that's not the first time he did that in that Bagel Boss store. Like he's
He's done it
other times, other places.
okay.
Just none of it went viral. That one happened to go viral.
I could see why.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, that was good. That was a great blow up.
Yeah. No, that was pretty epic.
And to top it off, he's football spiking his own bagels off the ground.
Right.
Like it matters to them. You paid for them already.
Right. You can shove those bagels up your
I
ass.
don't care.
For all it matters. Those bagels are paid for, man. That's that actually. When I was managing Papa John's in Du Bois, I had a lady flip out one time. Already paid for her pizzas, took them and threw them up against our windows and walked out the door.
Dude, I always say stuff like that. Like when I go through anywhere, I'm like, this is messed up. Coming back through and sticking it to their drive-through window.
Yeah,
I don't.
right.
But it's just like,
But no, she did it. But I kind of laughed because I'm like, well, they're paid for. I'm like, I
Yeah.
have to clean up a mess, but like I didn't lose any profit.
yeah, and that you didn't get to eat.
No, and you're still hungry. So who really lost here? You just paid $20 to throw a pizza against the window.
Did she record it and upload it?
No, she didn't. She didn't. No, this was in 2014, so it was definitely possible, I guess.
More baseball stuff.
Yeah.
Tying in, we brought Dykstra in. We'll make it relatable. You had said that the Astros
And the Red Sox.
and the Red Sox had interpreted.
Yeah, from what I gathered,
The Dodgers signs.
they were stealing signs.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how the sign stealing was happening. Yeah.
Well, it's probably not they're stealing. They're probably understanding so they knew what play a Dodgers player was told to do.
No matter what like call sign they were doing, they knew. And like I said, the Dodgers lost back-to-back World Series. So
well, there's due to that or due to that,
I think due to that. I mean,
you think that helped?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let me inform anybody that may have heard about that isn't on YouTube. We're gonna try and pull it up over here. Okay, so at some point, there's a guy. He makes YouTube videos. His name's Mark Rober. He has a brother, Jake Rober. You've probably seen him on anything with CNN and Casey Neistat. But anyhow, Mark Rober had a job at NASA, scientist, NASA type stuff.
Yeah.
gave that up to start making YouTube videos. He inquires about all kinds of stuff. Made the world's biggest super soaker, rock skipping robot that they're getting like insane amounts of rock skips. This dude made, with the help of a college student, made an app that interprets, like it's an AI learning app
Yeah.
that interprets baseball calls. You can use it to interpret baseball call signs. Like they actually made an app for it. And I'm guessing that has something to do. You know what I mean? Because all you have to do is give it the basic set of data. Because there's only certain stuff that signifies. Most of it's useless, but some of it's like when I touch my brim with my right hand, that means.
But you also got to figure pitching signs too with your catcher. So like what pitch is coming at you.
Figure all that out too with this app.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's an app that actually will
do this for
you. Give it the basic info, the basic what they're doing,
right,
and then it will interpret it all for you. It does all the hard work. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the Astros they fired their general manager. There was a lot of shit, like tons of penalties handed out. I think there's a lot
over that.
Yeah, they lost number 1 draft picks for years. Lost their general manager and then their manager, and then the Red Sox manager got fired, and then somehow the guy from the Mets, and I can't think of his name. He's a former player. He hadn't even coached a game yet. It was his first year. He was tied in somehow, and he stepped down as the Mets manager because he was tied in somehow.
Well,
Carlos Beltran.
All I can say is those teams there that were losing managers and stuff, they didn't have Trump as a manager.
No.
They've been all good.
Yeah. They no evidence, dude.
No evidence.
yeah. They should have just pulled the no evidence card.
What do you think about that cancel culture? Do you know what I mean? We're going to dive into that. We'll make an episode about actual cancel culture to explain it to people, because there's a lot that goes into that. Yeah. I just got to get time to research.
Yeah, I'd like to look into it as well.
We'll do it. We'll cover it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think any of that applies. But no, the baseball thing, there's an app, and I'm guessing that played a big part. That app that will actually tell you all in. I believe the app uses. I believe it's kind of like an augmented reality thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you feed it a basic set of data, and it'll go through and tell you. And there's a lot of stuff with call signs, pitching signs, and whatever else that doesn't mean nothing. There's only some signifiers, like when they touch their hat, touch their nose,
correct,
only their left shoulder. All the other stuff is meaningless when they're doing that. But I'm not, it depends per team.
Yes.
And believe it or not, a lot of the stuff is the same team to team. So even without the app,
yeah, I mean, you can only do so much shit, you know what I mean, without fucking doing a dance on the sidelines, like he's river dancing, still 30, just busted into the river dance, like,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh, wait, now he's river dancing with a ballet uniform on. Which one's this?
Right. What,
Are you going to start incorporating costumes?
Did he just put on tap shoes? Like,
there's only so much you can do. So it wouldn't be hard to figure out either way, but the app massively,
I would
super progressive.
No, definitely check that out.
Mark Rober. I think he might have got an article. I don't know if it's in Popular Science, but there's definitely a YouTube video where he shows about the app. And he didn't do it with MLB, Major League Baseball. He did it with, like, I think, what's the kids when kids play?
Little League.
I think he did it with that. With Little League teams, in some places, like when he was testing the app,
yes,
he couldn't let people know what he was doing. But there were like coaches and other people, even with Little League, that were suspicious. Like, what's this guy doing? Is he recording the game, or is he trying to get our signs?
Right.
Like they caught on to it. And some people weren't happy about it.
No, dude. Little League is about as serious as MLB, other than the money thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it gets some serious shit going on. I don't know if you've ever been to the World Series in Williamsport before. That place gets insane, man.
Giving up NASA for an app. Well, who was that? Ashley Hendershot. She says that it's ballsy to give up NASA for an app. Well, not just an app. Like he gave up NASA to specifically go create his own YouTube content.
Yeah, he basically went into business for himself in a sense, correct?
In a sense, I mean, he does a lot more than that, but he also, it's like he filled an entire swimming pool with Jello. That was one. He did the world's biggest super soaker. Just crazy
Isn't
stuff.
that a fire hose?
Huh?
Wouldn't that be a fire hose?
No, I mean it was like
It was like
a gigantic
like
super soaker that
okay.
sits on the ground.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! Right on.
yeah, like massive super soaker.
Gotcha.
The rock skipping robot. I think a giant slingshot. He made a dartboard that's a bullseye every time. Basically, it's a dartboard on like part of a 3D printing access. Like you throw a dart.
Yeah, and the bullseye's
the dart has electronic eyes, and the dartboard moves
to
on an XY axis
right
to let the dart hit the bullseye.
That's pretty cool, man.
So he does stuff like that with his intelligence. So I don't know. I mean, it was cool. He had a hand in some of the stuff that made it to Mars.
Yeah,
like Curiosity and that. But at the same time, he got, I don't know.
I mean, it's ballsy, but I mean, if you believe in yourself, I don't know.
Yeah, or you want to do something different, have more control over what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, no, I don't know that I could give up a job at NASA. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hell, I'm having trouble. Like, I want a different job, but I like mine so much, I'm having trouble giving it up.
Well, either that, if you're talking about criticism, okay. There's a lot of people that are going to criticize you, say you're in on a conspiracy, just hate you for the job if you have a NASA job or anything related with space, flat Earth.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, and you might even so much as say you did work for NASA, or even just wear a NASA shirt. You might be confronted out in public someday with somebody wanting to stuff a camera in your face and tell you about flat Earth or tell you how you're supporting a lie,
Right.
And there's crazy stuff online. Like, I'm not going to say the flat earther's name, like a flat earth believer.
Right.
But a dude, this adult approached another adult guy at like a hockey game or something, started talking to him about flat earth. The dude just kind of listened a little bit, nodded his head, replied. And then when the flat earth believer got the hint that, this guy doesn't care, doesn't want to know, the guy, it was a father that was at a hockey game or something with his son, young kid.
Okay.
The flat earth's like, hey kid, Santa isn't real, and blah blah blah, whatever else too. You know what I mean? Dude, the dad stopped, like fire lit up in his eyes. He's like, if you say anything else, I will end you to this flat earth. You know what I mean? But he couldn't do nothing because the guy had him on camera, threatening him. But yeah, that's the type of crazy stuff you may find yourself dealing with
absolutely.
idiots like that if you do wear that.
Dude, that's like, I was at a Danzig show and had people, religious people outside picketing, God, like, dude, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a tattoo somewhere. Yeah. I keep it covered up, man.
Yeah, good.
Get tired of getting hit by them Bibles.
I know, right?
I'm ducking.
Woo,
No, that's a joke. Nobody's ever done that to me. No, I don't have time to get wrapped up in the mess and try and cancel something because I don't like it, don't agree with it.
Right, same here.
And it's like this. It's like, well, you can't just pick one because, you're supporting that. What about our cause? Oh, fuck. Okay, what about... You can't care about it all. And if you care about one, you're going to be the a-hole either way. So, yeah, I just stand back and watch the madness.
Yeah. Watch it burn, man. Watch it burn.
Yes. Good advice in some circumstances.
Yes.
Allegedly, my cat says the earth is flat. If my cat's a flat earther, does anybody want an orange cat? I will sell her. Not even sell her. You can have her for free. I'll pay you to take her.
Yeah, how the hell does your cat have Facebook?
Through my wife's phone, I'm guessing.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Cat have Facebook. I mean, I do put myself out there in the public, but I don't think I'm celebrity enough to like make an Instagram for my pet.
Right.
Which some people do.
Oh, I know. I personally know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, Doyle, his singer's dog has its own Instagram.
Yeah, that Alex Story Wolfgang guy. Yeah,
oh, yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, see, he's a monster.
I mean, so's the dog. It has its own Instagram with more followers than I'll ever have. You know?
Yeah, same here. Yeah,
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
Baseball, Trump. What else? It's going to be a short one today because I can't go on and on.
No.
I brought up, I already brought that up.
Yeah.
I brought that up.
Yeah, I think we went through everything, man.
The Bagel Boss guy. If I did, I think I did say it.
No, we did.
Recovering.
Yeah.
He's on the mend. The last we heard, I think it was like November 19th, 2019. So expect him to come back on the scene.
I'm looking forward to it now.
If you didn't, go watch the videos. Just literally Google Bagel Boss Guy and Bagel Boss Guy Part 2. You'll find some videos of this dude flipping out in a Bagel Boss store. And I always said, according to this guy, that I think he should have like contacted Bagel Boss, the store, and been like, yo, like, we can make this big. I want to go by the name, the Bagel Boss.
Yeah.
The Bagel Boss. Like, you want to back me in on it? Sponsorship, whatever.
Right.
He could have got the reality show.
Yeah,
sooner.
it'd been like that Subway guy before he did all that weird shit with those kids.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just let it
takes
be.
all tight.
Yeah.
I don't think who was that? Jared.
Jared. Yeah.
Didn't he try to pin that on his roommate,
He might have. I don't know.
or were they both guilty?
I don't know. I think they were both slinging footlongs, bro.
I mean, honestly, I don't. I got to make sure the button I bumped didn't kill everything. I don't really fall into those stories too much.
Right.
Dealing with that because one, not content I'm gonna run down or seek out.
Yeah.
To get into. Two, I mean, it's crazy that it still happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can understand before, how some people in a non-technological world could think, even if I get caught, who's going to hear about it other than people in my town or a couple papers? But in today's world, you do something, somebody in Australia hears about it before your neighbor does.
Yeah.
Because, not saying that's a reason because of technology to not do crimes. Don't do the shit because it's wrong.
Right.
But yeah, I don't run down stories really concerning that stuff.
No,
But then again, I mean, what do you care about? Because if you care about one thing and not the other,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Mars, I think space exploration is about to start happening. I will say that. I don't follow it closely, but they did one of the last things they needed to do, which was the abort test.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when they're sending a rocket up with, say, they had people on it trying to get them to the space station, something goes bad, it's going all screwy, starts heading for land or whatever, and they have to abort.
Right.
Yeah, that is the test that they just accomplished recently. So expect 2020, at least the rest of the year, to start seeing some big stuff happening with space, if you believe that sort of thing. Evidently, my cat doesn't.
Yeah. Damn cat, anyway.
Yeah, right. Free cat. Comes with snacks, orange fur. How much do I got to sell this?
Yeah, right.
I think I got all the comments. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Yep.
Coming up, what do we talk? Oh, cancel culture.
Yes.
There's a few things coming up. Cancel culture will be an episode at one point. See, I did this before, and I really don't want to say it because if it never happens, then it's like, oh, well, you said this.
Right. And that's happened to me before, too.
Right.
Yeah.
I at least tried, though. Let me tell you one big one. Early on in the show, I really wanted to have a police officer, state trooper, or two come in, sit on mic and talk. Either if they could be in uniform and get paid to do it, that would be great. If they had to do it unpaid out of uniform and would be willing to, not being compensated for it. And of course, they probably, either way, either off duty or on duty, there's probably only so much they could say.
Right.
But I really wanted to do that. Instead, I'm going to hiccup. I was really going to try and do it. But whenever I had actually approached law enforcement about getting a person or two to come do it, the hoops that I had to jump through to get it to never happen really
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you basically what you have to do is contact the person in charge of like their media, the person who's in charge of like, there's a term for it, like media and whatever, blah, blah, blah. The person that would find a person or two, schedule them to come do it. Or yeah, you gotta write in, contact them, or write in possibly, maybe write in plus contact them over the phone, tell them what's up, and they'll they have to send in to get it approval. And the one officer said it basically never gets approved. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, I really want to try because I think it's something relevant. Because police, with stuff that happens and social media and the world of the internet, a lot of them get a bad name, even though they are good people,
Right.
good officers, good good people serving in the line of duty. They get a bad name over a few bad apples. And in the same sense, they're not saying because a lot are good that there's no bad. You can't have you can't have good without bad. But it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced,
Right.
good and bad. There's a lot more good than there is bad. Because think about it like this, okay? And I think we can end it here after this. Think about the incidents you do hear involved with like officer shooting somebody that was in it or whatever. Think of the bad stories that you do hear and think, okay, now you hear a story from here, from this town, from this little place, from this country, or, this state, come in at random. But think about all the good stories or articles you hear too, right? Now think about how many people there are and how many police there actually are in each state, county, town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a lot more coming in, but there isn't.
Right,
So the
right.
fact that there's not more bad things happening like that tells you that there's a lot of good being done out there.
Right, right.
And I wanted to kind of bring them in to talk about that. And just because,
Maybe even like finding, I don't know, a former.
yeah, I mean, possibly.
You know what I
Because
mean?
they wouldn't be, I don't know what they could talk about after the fact of having.
Right, but I don't think they'd be as
restricted.
restricted. Right.
Right. It's just getting somebody to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff that they go through as just with training
Yeah.
and just daily life on the job.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's
Hell yeah,
a
man.
lot of aspects of those jobs that I could not do.
Oh, same here.
Not because I can't do it. I could definitely do it, but because I wouldn't do
Do
it.
it. Right.
Like if this was a country where we got assigned jobs, do you know what I mean? And like my job was like law enforcement,
Yeah.
like shoot me now, I'm not doing it.
Right. Same here.
Like,
Same here.
shoot
man.
me before somebody else does.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah, and huge thank you to anyone that does do that.
Yeah,
Military,
yeah.
law enforcement,
All of you.
braver souls than me, us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know how people do it, but thank you that you do.
Yeah.
There's people that can and people that can't.
Yeah. I think that's a mentality for anything, man. Like restaurant workers, anything. There's people who can and people who can't. There's jobs out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's any job.
Yeah.
But I mean, those jobs are kind of like
Those jobs risk your life. Those jobs are higher.
keep people safe.
Yeah, to keep, you know what I mean? They're for the greater good of everything. Those jobs, rank higher, obviously, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But they also come with a higher level of responsibility. I think,
Absolutely.
honestly,
Yeah, they'd have to.
can't prove it, but it's opinion. So
Right.
do with it what you will. Also, funny enough, there's a guy, he didn't give up his job as a police officer, but he is an officer and he does YouTube, kind of like the NASA to YouTube.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he like kind of sets myths and stuff straight. Like I remember one video he did, and this is where we're ending it. He talked about how people give police crap with the, like, I don't have to show you ID.
Mm-hmm.
Some states you do. Some states are a stop and ID.
Right.
Other states are not.
Mm-hmm.
You can resist, and you're going to make your life miserable. But
Right.
so anyhow, check Mike the Cop. I'll throw his name out there. Much bigger channel than I could ever pay to have.
Right.
Good content. Check it out. Mike the Cop. Who was the other channel? Mark Rober.
Yep.
Check it out. With that, I think we can end it. I don't know that I'm going to have to hit the dull button, but
Until next time.
Yes, have a good one, people, and we are
Out.
Henry. Send it.